Hi, I just wanted to do a quick video about Between Venus and Mars, just to give you some insights about the painting. The idea came from originally that, as the Earth itself, we sit between these two planets, Venus and Mars, which humans have often personified as kind of the ultimate feminine and the ultimate masculine. So I've included the actual planets, and then obviously this is the Earth. As science would say, basically, when our solar system was formed, we kind of shared a lot of elements and molecular compounds. And so it makes most sense that the two planets that were most similar as far as element-wise is our two neighboring planets, Venus and Mars. And so even recently, Mars, we found boron on Mars, which is one of the elements that actually makes RNA. So a building block, eventually creating life, which our planet has done. And so I wanted to kind of create the idea that it takes these two forces, both masculine and feminine, to create a new life being. And so in the center we have kind of a tessellation of them uniting, making love, because every human being that has ever lived or ever existed has been formed from the act of making love. So I wanted the center, the core, to be the two elements, kind of in yin yang, and then obviously spiraling out, creating more and more life. And then as far as humanity itself, kind of brightly giving its aura out, I divided up the planet kind of into sections, and a lot according to culture, but also according to continent or patterns within that culture. And so as you can see here, this is, and so all the female components are on this side and the masculine components are on this side, and they're pairing opposites from each other. So this would be the continent, well, this would be Asia, and all the patterns from Asia all the way down into like the Polynesian patterns here. And then this is the masculine side of that. Here we have the Americas, and so it's all different patterns from all over the Americas. This is Africa, and although I did include some of the Australian Aborigines patterns because they are so similar to Africa, and there's some crossover, literally. And so this one's more, I would say, Persia, and so in some of these cases I would use, like, whether it be, I'm going back as far as like even caveman ideas of different patterns that were used early on, but then also as culture developed, then obviously I'm using some elements from, rituals and religions and rites that have come, to pass. So, but most of them are the more elemental, like basic geometry of the foundation of the patterns from those regions. We have some Nordic here, and this is more the classic European. And I think the overall message and prayer in me creating this is that, the human being likes to, the ego of the human being likes to, divide itself up, and that there's a certain sophistication in that, but sometimes it can get complicated. And before there were things like regions or cultures or the division of the pigmentation of skin or religion or ideology or there's so many different categories we put ourselves into. The human being only had one division initially, and that was between the masculine and the feminine, and that it took one masculine and one feminine then to create another life. And although the division at this day and age might be changing a bit, it's still, in order for us continue the life cycle that it takes a masculine element and a female element, and together they come together and create life. So that is that's some of my ideas for this painting. Thank you for letting me share it with you.